Hi everyone, it's Cardine again with another video for my friends at allfreechristmascrafts.com. Today we're going to be making a vintage purse. So the first thing that you're going to need is you're going to need a pair of scissors, some ribbon of your choice. This one happens to be a 1/4 inch. You're going to be needing some 5-inch wide lace, and look for one that has these large holes on the top because we're going to be using those. So you'll need 3 pieces of 28 inches by 5 inches. I cut a piece of muslin out and I actually tea-dyed it. This piece is 14 by 33 inches. And you're also going to be needing your sewing machine. The other thing that you're going to be needing is I created this little tool by using a We Are Memories So Easy product. And what I did was I just cut it in half to make it narrow. And if you don't have one of these, you could make this with a little piece of plastic, because that's exactly what it is. And then just put some double stick tape on the bottom. And that's actually what it looks like. And we're actually going to use this as a needle. You're also going to be needing a 3 by 42 inch strip of muslin, and this is going to be your strap. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is going to start gathering our lace. And you take your 1/4 inch ribbon and leave it on the spool, and then you thread it between your little tool here so it acts as a needle. And I'm going to work from the right side, and I'm just going to thread my ribbon through every other hole, and this is going to gather it for us. Then when you're done, you're going to have 3 pieces, so you're going to do the same thing for all 3 pieces, and then you're going to lay it out over your muslin or whatever fabric you choose, and just kind of make sure that you have it gathered to fit this, because that's exactly where it's going to be going. So I'm going to trim off my edges there, or my ribbon, and you can also use some stick pins if you like. I'll go ahead and use them so you can see where I'll be stitching. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to fold your muslin in half. I have both wrong sides out right now, so that will let me fold down my top edge about 1 inch, and then you're going to fold it under about 1/4 inch, and then go ahead and put your pins down. So now you can see that I've pinned it, and you're going to do the exact same thing on the opposite side. So you have both edges pinned down. You're going to stitch a straight stitch about 1/8 inch away from the edge, just to secure those down. Okay, so I've got my straight stitches done on the tops, and this is the right side. So I'm going to face that up. I'm going to bring in one of my lace pieces, and we're going to place this as close to the top as possible, and then go ahead and pin your ribbon and part of your lace down. Let's go ahead and pin this lace down here. Alright, and we'll leave this ribbon free so that we can go ahead and gather this up. So you can pull or extend it as much as you need it, and then kind of put your gathering stitches where you want them, because we're going to pin these down and that is where the gathers will go. Okay, so something like that, and then I'm going to pin this side of the lace down and this other side, and then go ahead and pin the top. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing, and what I'm going to do is first I'm going to take this pin out and this one. So we're going to do the same thing on this one, but we're going to put it slightly underneath the first one. And so, whoops, let's go ahead and pin this side down, and I'll pin this ribbon down. So it doesn't move, and then you can push this piece up. Now I want it to fall probably an inch away from this one. So this one will overlap about an inch. We're going to create 3 gathered laces, and so we're going to pull this one taut and start gathering here. Okay, and then we're going to glue that down, or excuse me, we're going to pin this down again. Alright, so it's actually going to flip over kind of like that. And when you sew these down, you want to make sure that this will go over this layer. So you're going to place the next layer underneath here, and then you're going to do a straight stitch on each of these laces. Now when you start to do your straight stitch, you want to start at the bottom lace and sew that one with a straight stitch, and then sew the next one with your straight stitch, and then sew the top one last. So I'm going to go ahead and get the rest done and do my straight stitching, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I've got all my ruffled lace sewn in place with the straight stitch. And so now we are going to fold the right sides together of your bag, and so you'll see the wrong sides out here. So I'm going to line this up at the top and then put it down. Now we want to pin both sides, but you see the laces are kind of hanging out. So what you want to do is just tuck them in and align them with the straight edge of this bag. And then go ahead and pin. So I've got them all kind of tucked in there, and so now I just get to pin them in place so they don't move around. And the important thing is to make sure the top's lined up. Now we're going to do this side, and I'm going to do the same thing. Now you're going to sew about a 5/8 of an inch seam, and you're using a straight stitch. And so you're going to sew the straight stitch on both ends, and then we're going to turn this right side out. Okay, so I've got my edges sewn, and I can come back and just trim off this excess. So give it a nice clean edge. You can also go back and zigzag on these edges as well. So let's go ahead and turn it right side out. So that is what our little bag looks like. So now we need to work on the strap. So I'm actually going to face the right side down, and I'm going to fold in an inch, and then fold in 1/4 of an inch, and then over the top of that. And with this method, you won't need to have a tool or anything to turn your strap around. You're just going to make sure you seal these edges off. And then your stitch will be right in the middle. I've got my strap sewn, and now I want to pin it to the sides. I'm going to kind of sew a box right here, like a little rectangle, and that's going to hold my strap in place and make it very sturdy for any weight that I put on it. So I'm going to go sew 2 rectangles on both sides to secure my straps down. So I've got my strap sewn in, and I have all this excess that I can trim away, and I just leave 1/4 of an inch excess on there. And there you have a great little purse. I hope you like this project, and for more project ideas, please visit my friends at allfreechristmascrafts.com. Thanks for watching.